Barry the Blender, says Ans. So is Colin Geddis Barry the Blender? Because probably when I was in, I don't know, late teens or something, people would be going, oh, Barry the Blender, he's amazing, isn't he? I'd be like, what's that? And then I go look it up, and my face would be stone. And then, you know, a few years later, we go by and someone would go, oh, Barry the Blender. And I go look it up again. And I was like, it was watching nothing. You know what I mean? So I'm not trying to diss Geddis here. This is beside the point. But just when he said Barry the Blender, I just recalled that. So it turns out I've never found this guy funny ever. Now, he seems nice. I'm not trying to diss him. But what we have noticed here on the Conor G Show, of course, we had Shane Todd featuring Colin Geddis. And then I was accusing Shane Todd of, you know, selling weed because of all the endorsements he does, right? And then he was doing endorsements with weed, which is illegal in Northern Ireland, as far as I know. Yes, I've always been too cool for school, as Colin says here. Oh, it's so cool not to, like, buy the blender. Can't believe someone said buy the blender in my chat. I'm so disgusted right now. But sorry, Colin. But one of the things we pointed out when we were talking about Shane Todd was they've got 10 minutes of ads and then they just start into the cackling, the non-stop cackling. It drives me mental. I can't stand it. All right. I guess I just don't like people just rocking up to a studio and being like, haha, we're all really fucking funny, aren't we? Sorry for the bad language. Still 35 minutes to the watershed, 34. I don't know what is it that winds me up so much about these. And it's like, yeah, they're comedians, they've been doing it a long time, but it's like, have you watched their comedy? Has anyone actually watched their comedy? And they're not just hearing, you know, a Northern Irish accent do the pattern of a joke. I believe the people get really tricked when watching stand-up comedy. They get tricked by that rhythm, right? That rhythm and flow that jokes come in. Da 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 da. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Ha! You know? And they're not even doing that on their podcasts. They're just coming up with the most... I don't know. It's because you've all seen what goes into an episode of this show. It's like, I don't believe they're doing a fraction of that for their shows. And they're not... If they were funny enough, they could get away with that. But they just ain't. Right? That's my personal opinion. So sorry, everyone involved. But I obviously clearly feel some type of way. So when I saw what you're going to see next, I was like this. I am loving this. I am absolutely loving this. So we got in on the ground floor with, never mind Colin Geddis, what the stuff that I'm into, right, comes in the form of stuff Rare Witch makes. By the looks of it. It looks like that's the only shit that I like on the internet. By the looks of it. If you were to go by what I say in this show, that's all the only thing that entertains me, right? Last year, we showed on this show, Rare Witch's 12th coverage, his coverage of the 12th in Northern Ireland. And it was amazing, you know. This is the most famous clip from last year. This big header here singing, what is this? Don't break my heart, my icky breaky heart. I just don't think you'd understand. This big guy here, he looks like a cross between Big Dean Weisner and Conor Timmins. I just don't think you understand. Oh! I watched this 1,000 times, right? So, Rare Witch is back at it again this year. He was out and about. He was being the man on the street for the 12th, right? And he got another viral sensation this year. And it went a little something like this.
I'm not. Must be a fucking old cow here somewhere. Nah, I'm there. Old fucking... Nah, I'm... Oh! Yeah, that's me. Desperate seagull. You seagull. Right?
So you must have watched him walk. How long was this guy kicking through these? How long were you watching him for before you got this here? So he's kicking through the debris, and he finds one. He finds a box.
Oh. Yeah, that do me. Yeah.
You were watching him for ages.
Desperate seagull. You seagull.
Like 5 minutes. Yeah, I think you posted a few other stories from him, but this was the viral clip. This was the clip that went everywhere and everyone was going goo goo gaga for it. Just Lee says, I found that video on Reddit and all. Yeah, I believe Rare Witch has gone viral on Reddit quite a few times. Let's see. So this was the video in question, Rare Witch's famous new video, right? And he spotted this here out in the wild, none other than Colin Geddis.
Over here.
There's Colin Geddis there. He says, my fake Steak accent getting decimated on this podcast, right? So he just wanted to let everybody, this is Rare Witch's, way of letting everybody know that, no, I don't actually sound like that. Please, everybody, believe me, I don't actually sound like this.
I'm not. Must be a fucking old coyote here somewhere. Nah.
Yeah, Rare Witch is like, no, that's not actually me. Please don't nobody think that. Please, people, stop thinking that about me.
I'm there. No fucking. Nah. Oh.
Look how happy he is. Right, okay, so back to Rare Witch here.
Over here. Fuck up. Stop talking. Fuck shit.
So these two are in the middle of doing a little accenty bit, right? And this is the other guy. This is the guy with the yellow jacket on that featured on Shane Todd's podcast. And he gets a notion. You can see the second it pops into his head.
Fuck up. Stop talking. Fuck shit. But
there. Right there. See when his eyes move? That's the second it comes into his head.
Fuck shit. But did you see the video of the guy walking around? It looks like Larry David. What do you do for work?
He looks like Larry David. Do you think he would have put that together if you hadn't have put on the dum 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 da 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 da?
Did you see this? What?
Already laughing his head off. Now, think back to a few minutes ago when I was showing you some of my favorite Rare Witch clips from history. Was I going like this? I just told you I'm like Rare Witch's biggest fan. We play him every week in the show. Have you ever heard me laugh like this? That's something Rare Witch has done.
What was it? Hang on, that's it. I have it. I don't know if you can get it on a computer. Fuck, I sound a million years old. I can't get it up on the computer.
Look at this. Can you? Is there anything worse? Is there anything worse than someone showing a video on their phone? Nothing is worse than that. Pull it up on the screen like Joe Rogan and the Conor G show.
Video of the guy walking around. It looks like Larry David. What do you do for work? Did you see this? What? What was it? Oh. Hang on, that's it. I have it. I don't know if you can get it on a computer.
I don't know if you can get it on the computer. What do you mean? What do you mean? I don't know if you can get it on the computer. Sorry, I've been really pedantic. Sounds like a car won't start, says Rare Witch. Oh my god, these can you tell how much these comedy podcasts wind me up? We haven't scratched the surface of these comedy podcasts, and I don't know if it's a realm I really want to get into, because we're gonna see me as getting as wound up about this as wound up as I do about District Magazine and stuff like that.
Fuck, I sound a million years old. I can't get it up on the computer.
See what I mean? It's like not everything out of their mouth. The way he pushes his phone across the table, like, this is going to be shite. I regret this already.
Looks like Larry David picking up fucking empties.
Get it? A bandsman playing the Curb Your Enthusiasm song? Now that might have been funny, but the camera wasn't even on him.
Sick of Seinfeld IRA.
Oh, for God's sake, I hate this. That's another, there's just so many elements to this that I hate. You know, the pandering Northern Irish shite.
Telling me what to do.
It even says banter in the background. All right, well, the podcast is called General Banter, right? I'd love a full expose, says Andy. So here's the thing about doing full exposes, and these, they're not bad guys. They're not bad guys. They just do a bunch of stuff collectively. You know what I mean? One of the things they do is enough to wind me up to do an expose, but all of the, because it's so much together. But another part of it is they don't deserve this. They don't deserve this, right? I get wound up very easily, so I would like to acknowledge that for these, right? I'll even go so far as to say there's nothing wrong with these. Okay? It looks like Larry David picking up empties as if it's an insightful comment instead of just thinking out loud. Well, it's like he's giving him the video to watch and then he just tells him what happens. These are professional comedians. They should know about misdirection.
Welcome to the jungle. That doesn't even make sense.
That wasn't even make sense.
There he is.
So he's just laughing at Rare Witch's voice at the minute. He just belly laughed before even seeing what the joke is. Stop being so ready to laugh at everything. You should, a comedy movie is one good laugh, right? That's all it needs to be, a good comedy movie. One good laugh in an hour and a half time span. These podcasts are unlistenable. I can't listen to someone go for hours. 1 hour, 25 minutes. Doesn't even watch it. He didn't even watch the bit where the guy picks up the thing. Is that what I'm seeing here, Rare Witch? He listens to you do a fake accent, right? And then throws the phone back over the table. Is that what I've just witnessed? Like, is that what we've just seen? Or am I, like, you know, looking for any excuse to go after these?
I am sick of Seinfeld IRA telling me what to do.
Absolute bomb. Absolute clanger.
There he is.
There must be an odd carry out here somewhere, right? So let's see where this belly laugh comes from.
Must be a fucking old carry out here somewhere. Nah, I'm there.
So he says it back here. Let's see how, the distance. So the funniest part of this is he picks up a box, right? Not this part. Now, Rare Rich is a very funny guy, but
carry out here somewhere. Nah.
Carry out here somewhere. Nah, right? Let's see what General Banter thinks of this.
That doesn't even make sense.
That wasn't even make sense.
There he is.
That's what he belly laughed at, right? Throws the phone across the table before he even sees what the thing is about.
Carry out here somewhere. Nah, I'm there.
That's what he belly laughed at. That's what he thinks is worth his belly laugh. Now, his belly laugh is worth cents. C-E-N-T-S, cents. Yes, I live down south. I say cents instead of pennies.
That doesn't even make sense.
Threepence. Your belly laugh is worth a halfpenny. Doesn't watch a second longer. Throws the phone back across the table. Am I really dragging this out? Yes, is the answer to that. But let's watch the rest of this. Well, do we have much more here? I mean, what I'm hoping happens, this guy goes, you didn't even watch the bit. That's what I'm hoping happens. I can't remember what happens here.
Just no.
Oh! So don't forget what happened there. He said, watch this video, it's really funny. Give the phone to General Banter, the General of Banter. He watches it up to a point and then throws the phone back before the funny bit happens. It then cuts to this guy, open mouth wheeze laughing.
There was no cover on that. It was just like, it was like air hockey.
So what's he laughing at? Because he's now thinking, General Banter here thinks he's laughing because he threw the phone across the table. You know, we might spend the next hour on this. Are you okay with that? I cannot believe I didn't realize this when I previewed this. I only watched a wee bit of it. I didn't realize this when I previewed it. I thought he watched the whole thing and laughed at it because it is a funny video. But he didn't even watch it. He laughed at the wrong bit. That's proof that these ones will laugh at anything. It doesn't matter what it is. They laugh when they think the laugh should fill an empty gap in the room. Oh, that makes my blood boil. I think Blender had already seen the video and scripted all these hilarious bits. How dare you say such a thing?
Just no. There was no cover on that. It was just like, I was like air hockey.
What? Like, can you, chat, please be honest and tell me, am I the stupid one for not getting what they're laughing at here?
Oh, fuck. There was no.
So Rare Witch here, God bless him, says some brutal fake laughing in this, but still, yes, well done for getting featured on this. They didn't shout you out. I'm guessing they didn't give you any sort of credit for this.
Cover on that. It was just like, I was like,
it is good that you were on there, right?
I was like air hockey. Oh, fuck.
Are they laughing at him throwing the phone like, yes, why? Oh, it was like air hockey, was it? Nah, your man is doing too much, says Don Chi, right? They probably know who Don Chi is, so they think I'm just some stupid, jealous hater. But no, listen, Don Chi is in here.
Oh, Jesus.
That voice in that video.
He's laughing at how well the phone slid across the desk. I'm not trying to be a dick here. You know, I am doing a show, but at this very second, I'm not trying to be a dick about this.
That's the exact voice I do when I say everyone in Northern Ireland sounds like they've cerebral palsy.
Yeah.
That's the exact accent.
Yeah, guy's back in the call center the next day.
Yes, Mick voices are very funny, but not after we've seen what we've just seen.
Those are the.
Can I? If anybody has a spare lifetime to chip in here, what I really want to see is every single episode of this podcast with everything cut out except the laughs. I'm assuming it's going to be 90% of every single podcast. I considered doing that with one of Shane Taw's podcasts, just cutting out everything but the laughs to see how much was left in. Ads and laughs. I guarantee it would be a very high amount. So big shout out to Rare Witch and all his wheelings and dealings across the internet. He gets up to stuff that I don't show you too. Go follow him on Petal Reaction there. There's his follow me goods or whatever you call them, right? Rare Witch on YouTube, Petal Reaction there. Sorry. Don't worry about that. Anyway, this is the Conor G Show.
No,